Hey fam, this is part 65. If you have never seen me before, this is the time for you to head back to the intro. Figure out why I'm here. Figure out if you want to be here. If so, start at part 1. Do the work and meet us back here when you caught up. If you choose to hang around, you're about to get really lost. Not your choice. For everyone else, as I've said in the past, I get premonitions, and recently I've gotten quite a few premonitions, which I'm going to share with you right now. 3 of them to be exact, and they happen to tie together. It definitely is a message from source, and okay, here we go. So with premonitions, I usually get them when I'm falling asleep. I don't know if I'm all the way asleep, or I don't know if like kind of, you know what I mean? It's like as I'm falling asleep. But because I can connect, I don't even have to try to, just wait to see if it happens to figure out if it was or not. I'm able to connect right away and just ask, was it a dream or was it a premonition? And I'll get that answer. So just recently I was sleeping, and right as I had, to what my knowledge is, started to fall asleep, I saw a long brown thick wood table, very dark wood, and sitting at this table was people eating. Like they were so hungry, like they were eating so fast. And the people that I was seeing eating were just normal people eating. It didn't look like they were of extravagance. It doesn't look like they were like kings or leaders, or you know what I mean, just normal people eating at this really long wood table. Then my daughter woke me up to ask me what my address was, and then when I was falling to sleep again, same table but different people. These next people that I saw eating was a woman and a child, and they almost looked homeless, and they were eating so fast and they were so hungry. And then my daughter asked me for my address one more time, and I woke up. So premonitions, they come solely from God, aka what I call source. So of course, when I woke up in the morning, I say good morning to source. Obviously, every morning I thank him for my life. Many other things I am grateful for, but I make sure he knows that every morning. So of course, when I connected with him, I also asked him if that was a premonition, and he said yes. The only thing is with premonitions, I have to figure it out. It's not like he sits there and tells me a story about it. So of course I go to work and it's heavy on my mind. Like I just got this premonition about these different people eating at this very long wood table. Of course, I'm telling my coworker Amanda about it. I actually talk with her a lot about, my experiences or what's going on. Just kind of my confidant. So, anyways, I'm telling her like, "Hey, Amanda, I had this premonition, about people eating at this long wood brown table." As soon as I said that, she was like, "Last Supper," and I'm like so grateful for her because I didn't even think of that, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, that makes sense. Like, let me ask." Of course, I asked Source if that premonition had to do with like Last Supper. He said yes. Okay, so then the next night, I'm falling asleep again, and I see a city. I see a city, and water's coming into that city. But recently on TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of flooding, like worldwide flooding. So I'm thinking like, maybe it was a dream, you know what I mean? It could be a premonition though, obviously, because premonitions are also very vivid. That's how I can kind of tell the difference between a dream and a premonition, because it's almost like I'm there. It's not like I'm watching it, I'm there. It's hard to explain, but it's very vivid. So I'm watching this water rush into this city. In the morning, I asked Source if that was a dream or if it was a premonition. He said it was a premonition. So that morning, Amanda had, drove to work with me. So when I picked her up, I told her about this new premonition. And so I started asking questions because we're trying to figure it out. Was the premonition in the United States? I got a yes. Was the premonition on the East Coast? I got a no. Is the premonition on the West Coast? I got a yes. Of course, we started with California because, everybody's always talking about how California is going to fall into the water. So we just assume, but we got a no. So then I had her to pull up the maps because I'm driving. And so I had her to pull up the maps, and we started going up the West Coast, figuring out what states are there. So what we ended up figuring out with that was that before the end of this month, there's going to be an extensive earthquake in Oregon, like 9. Like, it's going to be a very, very large earthquake. When this happens, it causes a tsunami into Washington. Then the very next night again, another premonition. This time I'm seeing a lot of fruit and a lot of vegetables, and the fruit and vegetables are very plump, and the colors are very vibrant. Like, it's very healthy food, very, very abundant. There's so much. Once again in the morning, I asked Source if it was a dream or it's a premonition. It's a premonition because I had so many so close together. I asked if they were tied together. He said yes. So then I was like, okay, well, I will ask Amanda because she seemed to know very quickly, like Last Supper. Then I'm seeing like what seems to be some kind of a disaster. Then I'm seeing like an abundance of food. So I was like, well, Amanda seemed to know, about Last Supper. So I'll get with Amanda and see what she can tell me. Then very quickly, of course, I got a download of information, and the information that I got actually tied all 3 premonitions together. So what I got is, if you choose God, if you choose Source, if you head to the light, you get to sit at his table. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your family status. It doesn't matter if you live on the streets. If you choose God, you will sit at his table and you will have abundance. So basically, there is disaster coming, but choose the light, choose God, and you will be abundant at his table. All right, guys. Choose to not be a shitty person. Choose love. Choose the light. Love you guys.